pride ourselves in the advanced medicine, technology, and scientific proficiency of our world. And yet, history is full of stories, proving that the world is still mysterious and that all our advancements can't satisfy us with answers. Okay, so here they're saying that, oh, we have computers and cell phones, but some things we still don't know, we still don't understand. So for people like scientists, it makes them really frustrated. They want to know why. They always want to know why. So that's why mysteries always has somebody wants to solve them, okay? So this is the first mystery, the green children of Woolpit, okay? So this is a mystery. So these children here, they're green, okay? They're green. And so this is a mystery, okay? Nobody knows why they were green. What happened? In 12th century England, okay? Does everybody know England? London, England, okay? So this was in England in the 12th century, so about 1,000 years ago. 1,000 years before now, okay? So like 1000, okay, about that time. Outside the village of Woolpit, okay, so this village is a small town. A village is a small town. And it was called Woolpit. That was the name of the town, the small town. Okay, so like we have Inge or Taoyuan, this was Woolpit. Okay, so it's the name of the town. Harvesters working outside the village of Woolpit caught sight of a young girl and boy. Okay, so people are working, they're farmers. Okay, they're working in the fields and they saw a little boy and a little girl. They wore clothes of unknown material and spoke an unknown language. Okay, so they said they saw these two children, but the children spoke a different language that they didn't understand. Okay, so they didn't speak English, they didn't speak Spanish, they didn't speak Chinese. It was a language nobody knew. So these two children, they spoke very strange words. And their clothing was also very strange, very different. But these details were not as strange as the green color of their skin. Okay? So the people, they saw these two children and they had green skin. Okay? So that's like, what? Does anybody have green skin now? No. Unless they're an alien or something. But this was 1,000 years ago. That's a long time. The boy grew sick and died, but the girl survived, eventually losing her green tint, learning English, and marrying an English man. Okay, so they saw the two children and they brought them home. Okay, they brought them home. The little boy, he died. He grew sick and died. But the little girl, her skin started turning white, like normal, okay? Like a normal English person. And so before, her skin was green, and then as she grew up, her skin turned a normal color, And she could then speak English, and she married an English man, okay? So they were two little children, green, speaking another language, and when the little girl grew up, she could speak English, and she wasn't green anymore. Okay, so one scientist says They were Belgian immigrants, okay? Belgium is a country. Belize. Do you know this country? Belgium, okay? There's lots of chocolate. They're famous for their chocolate, okay? Well, one scientist, he says they were Belgian immigrants. Immigrants are people who move from one country to another country. Okay, so in the U.S. we have a lot of immigrants from Mexico, Ireland, China, Japan, lots of different countries that come into the U.S. They are all immigrants, okay, immigrants. So the scientist says that they were Belgian immigrants separated from their mom and dad during a nearby battle. Okay, so this scientist thinks that they were immigrants from Belgium and their mom and dad were separated from them during a fight. Okay, there was a battle, a big war. Living in a dark forest with little food is said to account for their green skin color. Okay, so the scientist, he thinks that they stayed in a forest where there's lots of trees and they never went into the sun. So their skin, he thinks their skin turned green because they stayed under the trees in the forest. Others claim them to be aliens from another planet or dimension. Okay, so other scientists think they are aliens. Do you know this word, aliens? Aliens, everybody know what aliens are? Okay, so we're on Earth, and some people think there's people on other planets, right? Aliens. Okay, so other scientists think they were aliens. While the story may be easily dismissed as fictional, some doubt is cast by accounts from both a historian and an abbot. Okay, so many people don't believe this story. They don't think it's true. How could a little girl and a little boy be green and speak a language nobody knows? Okay, so many people don't think this is true. But how can we say it's true or false? We don't know, right? It's a mystery. Okay, the next one, the Bronze Age collapse. History contains many odd footnotes, but it also contains whole chapters that demand an explanation when none can be found. The unexpected end of the Bronze Age is such a chapter, seeing the sudden end of several strong civilizations. Okay, so the Bronze Age, right here. Okay, so the Bronze Age was a time in history, a long time ago. Okay, the Bronze Age was maybe 1,000 or so years long. Okay, but many scientists want to know why it ended. It just ended. And when it ended, many different kingdoms. Kingdoms are like kind of like the Chinese Empire, the Roma, okay? How did they just end? Right here. They just ended. So scientists want to know why and how did it happen, okay? Okay, what could bring powers such as the Assyrians, Canaanites, and Egyptians? Okay, do you know Egypt? Egypt? Okay, well, they were people They were a group of people that had a large kingdom in Africa, okay, in northern Africa, okay? And so the Assyrians, Canaanites, and Egyptians were groups of people, big groups of people that lived during the Bronze Age. And when the Bronze Age ended, they were gone, just gone. So the answer may be on a column in the great Egyptian city of Tanis. Okay? So this is in Egypt. This is in Egypt. So they're saying that they saw this picture on a column in Egypt. Okay? They came from the sea in their warships, and none could stand against them. The sea peoples, still unidentified today, are often blamed for the end of this period. Okay, so scientists, they think that a group of people came on boats. Do you know boats? What a boat? Anybody? Boat? Okay, this is a boat. Okay, on a boat, B-O-A-T, boat. Okay, so they're saying these groups of people, they came over the ocean on boats and attacked the Egyptians, the Canaanites, and the Assyrians. Okay, so these are groups of people. So scientists think that some people, a group of people, came on boats and attacked the Egyptians, Canaanites, and Assyrians and wiped them out. So they were gone. Okay, so the Bronze Age was these three groups. So it ended when these three groups were gone. Okay, so, but there's still no proof. They still don't know why these people came and who they were. So that's another mystery. So it says they attacked coastal cities. Okay, so small cities that were near the ocean, they attacked. They attacked coastal cities repeatedly and often won battles even though their weapons were inferior. Okay, so these people that came on the boats, their weapons, okay, so like a sword, a sword or a spear. Okay, so they said their weapons were not very good. So scientists are thinking, how could they kill the Egyptians, Canaanites, and Assyrians with bad weapons? How did they do it? After about 100 years of conflict, of fighting, the sea peoples vanished when Egypt finally defeated them in, 11178 BC. Okay, 1178 is a year, the year 1178. Okay, that's about 2,000 to 3,000 years ago. So that's a long time ago. The sea peoples seem to have been made up of peoples from different groups, but all evidence is unclear. How did such a force gather and where did they go? Recent studies show that the Bronze Age may have ended ended due to droughts rather than these ancient warriors, but the mystery endures. Okay, so other scientists say it's not boats. Okay, it was a drought. A drought is when there's no rain.